Why not you? You've got the brains. You can make decisions. You can study the plan. You can change your life. You could grow immensely in the next few years. You could make your dreams come true. You could become healthy. You could become powerful. Let me ask it again. Why not you? You're not missing the magic. You're not too far behind. You're not out of chances. What you might be missing is the decision. Now, this isn't about wishing. It's not about hoping. And it's certainly not about luck. This is about choice. A choice to rise. A choice to learn. A choice to fight through the excuses and embrace the challenge. The turning point, I remember the day it hit me. I was sitting in my small apartment broke. Not just financially, mentally, emotionally. I was bankrupt in every category. And then I met a mentor. He looked me straight in the eyes and said, "Jim, if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you're getting." That hit me like a freight train. You see, my problem wasn't my circumstances. It was my philosophy, my way of thinking. I was waiting for something to change when I was the one who needed to change. What if you decided today? Let's play with this thought for a moment. What if you decided today to stop playing small, to stop making excuses, to stop blaming the government, your boss, your family, your past? What if you looked in the mirror and said, "It's on me now"? What if you started reading one book a week? What if you started saving 10% of your income? What if you put away your distractions and picked up your dreams? What would your life look like in 5 years? You don't need to guess, because success is predictable. It's not magic. It's not mystery. It's cause and effect. You're built for this. You've got what it takes. You've got the heart. You've got the ability to think, to decide, to plan, to act. So why not you? Why not now? You don't have to be perfect. You just have to get moving. Don't join an easy crowd. I used to say, go where the expectations are higher. Go where the pressure forces you to become more. Because pressure builds character, and challenges reveal greatness. If you want to change your life, you've got to change your mind. You've got to say, enough is enough. No more drifting. No more waiting. Let this be the day, let today be the day you draw the line. Let this be the day you stop saying, one day, and start saying, today's the day. You've got the same 24 hours as the successful. You've got the same sky, the same ground, the same opportunity to grow. So I challenge you, right now, to decide. Don't wish for it. Don't wait for it. Don't wonder if it's for someone else. This is your moment. This is your invitation. Because if someone's going to take charge of your future, if someone's going to unlock your potential, if someone's going to rise from the ashes and become a powerful example of what's possible, why not you? If you don't like where you are, change it. You're not a tree. You know what most people need? They need a wake-up call, not an alarm clock. A real jolt to the system. A moment where they finally see things clearly and decide to change. Now, I had my wake-up call at age 25. I was working hard, but I was broke. And the truth is, I was full of excuses. I blamed the company. I blamed the taxes. I blamed the economy. I even blamed the weather. But deep down, I knew it wasn't them. It was me. One day, a friend knocked on my door. He said, "Jim, you've been invited to this seminar. There's a guy speaking tonight. Says he can show you how to change your life." I almost didn't go. But something told me I needed this. So I went. And what I heard that night changed everything. The speaker said, "Your life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by change." That was it. That was the moment. The wake-up call I'd been avoiding. I wasn't waiting on better luck. I was waiting on me to grow, to decide, to act. You see, everything changed the moment I accepted full responsibility. No more pointing fingers. No more blaming circumstances. No more hiding behind the phrase, "I'm doing the best I can." Because here's the truth, you can do better. We all can. But not until you stop defending your limitations. Not until you own your results. You don't get in life what you want. You get in life what you are. You can't chase success. You have to become the kind of person who attracts it. Now let me tell you something I learned the hard way. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. You can choose discipline now, or you can carry regret later. Discipline is doing the uncomfortable thing, waking up earlier, saying no to the distraction, sticking to the plan when no one is watching. But here's the deal, every disciplined effort has multiple rewards. Skip the workout, you lose energy. Spend instead of saving. You stay broke. Avoid growth. You stay the same. But if you do what's hard, life becomes easier. If you do what's easy, life gets harder. Take a moment right now, take inventory of your life. Look at your health. Look at your bank account. Look at your relationships. Look at your schedule. If you don't like what you see, don't panic. But don't ignore it either. Face it. Because what you ignore will never improve. But what you confront, you can change. No more pretending. No more waiting. No more wishing someone else would fix it. It starts with you. What will it take? You ask me, Jim, what does it take to change? It takes honesty. It takes responsibility. And it takes action. Nothing moves until you move. Nothing changes until you change. You don't need another year to think about it. You don't need to read 50 more books. You need one moment. One decision. This moment. This decision. So here's my final question for this part of the journey. Is this your wake-up call? You've heard the words. You've felt the sting of truth. Now what will you do? Remember, don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. The door is open. The path is clear. All that's left is you. So I ask you again, why not you? You cannot believe everything you hear, but you must believe in yourself. You've got more in you, more strength, more potential, more creativity, more fight. But the world won't hand you a certificate for it. Life's not going to come knock on your door and say, we heard you've got greatness in you. Come on out. You have to dig it out. You have to decide that what's inside you matters more than what's around you. You may not feel like it right now, but deep inside, under the doubt, under the fear, under the years of playing small is a spark. That spark is you, the real you. Most people settle. They settle for average health, average finances, average relationships, an average life. But you don't have to. You weren't designed to blend in. You were built to stand out. You weren't made to just get by. You were made to break through. But it won't happen by accident. You've got to refuse to settle. You've got to say, there's more in me than what I've shown the world. Because it's true. Now, here's something people don't tell you. Growth is not automatic. It's not guaranteed. Getting older, that's automatic. Getting better, that's intentional. You've got to work on you. Every day, read the books, ask the questions, find the mentors, make the changes. You don't have to change everything overnight, but you've got to do something today. Because if you're not growing, you're shrinking. If you're not moving forward, you're sliding back. One of the most powerful lessons I ever learned was this: what you think about yourself determines everything. If you see yourself as weak, you act weak. If you see yourself as stuck, you stay stuck. But if you change the image in your mind, everything outside starts to change. So start seeing yourself differently. See yourself confident. See yourself healthy. See yourself successful. See yourself walking into rooms with purpose and presence. Because if you can see it, you can begin to build it. You've been through things before. You've handled storms. You've survived tough days. You've bounced back. You've proven you've got what it takes. So why stop now? Why doubt now? You've already shown you've got resilience. You've already shown you've got courage. Now it's time to show the world your growth. Show the world your strength. Show the world the real you. Let me remind you of something. You don't need permission to grow. You don't need applause to start. You don't need the perfect moment to take the first step. All you need is the decision. Because the best time to start becoming your best self was 5 years ago. The second best time is now. The major value in life is not what you get. The major value in life is what you become. So let me ask you, what are you becoming? What kind of person are you building right now? Don't let your potential go to waste. Don't bury your gifts just to keep other people comfortable. Don't wait for someone to tell you're ready. You've got more in you. And it's time to let it out. So I ask you again, why not you? Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. Change doesn't start with a new year. It doesn't start on Monday. It doesn't even start when you feel ready. It starts with a decision, a quiet decision made in a quiet moment, when no one's watching. No fanfare. No lights, no cheering crowd. Just you and a choice. That's where it begins. All transformation begins the same way. One person says, enough. Enough with the excuses. Enough with the laziness. Enough with the drifting, the coasting, the waiting. At some point, you've got to say it to yourself. I've had enough of this version of me. That's not weakness. That's not shame. That's power. Because the most honest thing you'll ever do is admit to yourself that it's time for a change. You don't have to know every step. You don't have to predict the outcome. You just have to make the decision to begin. You see, you don't need a lifetime to change your life. You need one moment of absolute clarity. One moment where you say, from this day forward, I live different. One moment where you close the door on your old habits and open the door to your new future. The great mistake people make is thinking change is gradual. It isn't. Change is instant. Growth is gradual. Change happens the moment you make the decision. Growth is what follows that decision. When you follow through, let me tell you how it works. First comes the decision. Then comes the discipline. Because deciding isn't enough if you don't back it with daily action. You want a new body? You've got to decide to work out, then actually show up. You want more income? Decide to build your skills, then actually study, practice, learn. It's not just the decision. It's what you do after you decide. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. That's one of my favorite lines. Why? Because the decision is what you want. Discipline is what gets you there. People often say to me, Jim, I want to change, but I'm just not feeling it yet. Let me be clear. Change doesn't wait for your feelings. You don't feel your way into action. You act your way into feeling. You don't wait until you're motivated to start. You start. And motivation shows up. That's the secret. If you wait to feel ready, you'll wait your whole life. Here's what's powerful. When you make a real decision, you don't just change your schedule. You change your identity. You go from, I want to be healthy, to, I'm the kind of person who takes care of my health. You go from, I should read more, to, I am a reader. The decision isn't just about the outcome. It's about the person you are becoming. And when you decide that your future matters more than your comfort, that's when your life begins to change. Now, don't think this has to be some grand event. Most change doesn't begin with a dramatic speech. It begins quietly. You decide to get up a little earlier. You decide to save a little more. You decide to read 10 pages a day. You decide to say no to distractions. That's how lives are rebuilt. One decision at a time. Stack enough good decisions together, and you create a new direction, a new destiny. Let me ask you today, what are you deciding? What habits are you choosing? What kind of person are you becoming? You can wish, you can wait, or you can decide. Everything you need for your better future and success has already been written. And guess what? It's all available. The question is, will you decide to pick it up? Will you decide to do the work? Because once you really decide it, there is nothing life can throw at that you can't handle. So I ask you again, why not you? We must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is discipline weighs ounces, while regret weighs tons. That's the choice. Not whether you'll experience pain, but which pain you'll choose, because life isn't painless. Nobody escapes it. Not the rich, not the wise, not the hardworking. The only question is, will it be the pain of growth or the pain of regret? Let's talk about the first one. It's real. It stings. Growth is uncomfortable. You wake up early when you don't feel like it. You say no to your cravings. You push yourself when you'd rather coast. You pick up the book instead of the remote. You walk away from the party and get back to your project. You stay consistent even when no one's clapping. It's tough. But it's the kind of pain that builds you. It strengthens your character. It shapes your discipline. It makes you proud of the person in the mirror. The pain of growth is temporary, but the reward is permanent. Now let's talk about the other one, the pain of regret. That's the heavy one. It shows up when the window closes, when the opportunity passes, when the years slip away, and you realize you didn't give it your best. You stayed safe. You stayed comfortable. You didn't stretch. You didn't try. You didn't move. And now the chance is gone. Regret doesn't come with a loud knock. It creeps in. Late at night, quiet moments, when you realize you had it in you, but you didn't act. So what's the solution? Discipline. That's the key. Discipline is choosing growth now, so you don't suffer regret later. Discipline is doing the hard things. Not because they're fun, but because they're worth it. You don't work out because it's easy. You work out because it makes you stronger. You don't study because it's entertaining. You study because it makes you sharper. You don't save money because it feels good today. You save money because it gives you freedom tomorrow. That's the power of discipline. It's the short-term pain that protects you from long-term loss. Here's something to remember: everyone pays. You either pay the price of discipline now, or the price of regret later. You either do the hard work now, or wish you had done it later. And let me tell you something. The price of regret is brutal, because you can't go back. You can't rewind the clock. You can't buy back missed time, missed moments, missed chances. That's why I always say, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Because better is in your hands. Right now. Growth hurts. Let's not pretend otherwise. But pain is not the enemy. Stagnation is. Fear as comfort is. The world belongs to those who grow, those who rise, those who stretch themselves every single day. So lean in. Face the discomfort. Push past the excuses. Remind yourself, this pain is your ally. It's shaping your future. It's separating you from the pack. It's making you stronger than you've ever been. Final word, what will you choose? So, let me ask you, what kind of pain will you choose? Will you endure the sweat, the struggle, the stretch? Or will you carry the weight of what could have been? The pain of growth is tough, but it's honest, it's productive. It pays you back with confidence, pride, and power. The pain of regret, that one stays with you. It whispers in your ear for years. It tells you that you let yourself down. But you have a choice every day. And that choice is simple: will I grow or will I regret? Because at the end of your life, it won't be the pain you remember. It'll be the meaning behind it. So choose the pain that takes you higher. Choose the pain that transforms you. Choose growth. And once again, I'll leave you with the question, why not you? Why not you? You've got the brains. You can make decisions. You can study the plan. You can change your life. You could grow immensely in the next few years. You could make your dreams come true. You could become healthy. You could become powerful. Why now you? Let me tell you something that could change your life. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you believe. That's what separates winners from everyone else. Not money, not connections, not talent. It's mindset. Winners think differently. They talk differently. They move differently. They've made a decision that no matter what happens, they'll win. Not because the road is easy, but because they've decided not to quit. And that's what I want to give you today. The mindset of a winner. The mindset that whispers in your ear, even on the toughest day, why not me? Listen carefully. You've got the tools. You've got the mind. You've got the hands, the feet, the heart. You just haven't activated them all yet. You don't need to be superhuman. You don't need a perfect childhood. You don't need luck. You need a decision. A decision to think like a winner. And what does that mean? It means you take full responsibility for your life. No blame, no complaints. No waiting for someone to come rescue you. Because no one's coming. And that's good news. Why? Because that means you get to be the hero in your story. Here's what winners do. They believe before they succeed. They believe before they have the evidence. They believe when it's still dark outside. They believe when they're still broke, unknown, unrecognized. That's the power of belief. Jim Rohn said, if someone is doing it, it means you can. And that's the golden key. If someone out there, someone with less education, less talent, less support, has done something great, then so can you. But you must install that belief like software in your mind. You must repeat it every morning. I can do this. What's possible? Why not me? Because if not you, then who? Let me give you something strong. Losers wait. Winners work. Losers hope things change. Winners make things change. Losers get ready to get ready. Winners get moving. A winner doesn't wait for inspiration. They work until it shows up. A winner doesn't fear failure. They understand it's part of the game. A winner doesn't say, I'll try. They say, I'll do it. And they do it until they win. Until they break through. Until they become the person they were meant to be. Let me ask you this. What are you feeding your mind every day? What books are you reading? What voices are you listening to? What goals are you writing down? What questions are you asking yourself? You want the winner's mindset. Then you've got to train for it. You train your mind like an athlete trains their body. Every single day, you strengthen your thoughts. You kill off self-doubt. You refuse negative conversations. You walk away from gossip. You say no to anything that doesn't build you up. Jim Rohn used to say, stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't let trash in. Don't let fear in. Don't let excuses in. Let in belief. Let in possibility. Let in strategy. That's how you become a winner on the inside first. And once you do that, the outside will take care of itself. Winners don't win every day. Let's be honest. Some days they fail. Some days they fall. Some days they feel like quitting. But they don't. Because winners don't stop when it's hard. They stop when it's done. A winner's mindset isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about getting back up again and again and again because they've made a decision. They don't dabble. They're not kinda interested. They are committed. So here's what I want to leave you with. You don't need permission. You don't need a certificate. You don't need someone to tell you it's okay. You just need to decide that you are worthy, that you are capable, that you are ready. Because you are. Everything you need is inside you right now. So next time the world tells you it's impossible, you tell the world. And when the odds look too big and the hill looks too steep, you whisper, why not me? When fear shows up at your door, knock it down and say, why not me? You've got the winner's mindset now. You've got the hunger. You've got the heart. You've got the fire. Now take it. Run with it. Build your life with it. And remember, the world makes room for those who know where they're going. So why not you?